There is a sign that appears just before every major transformation in your life, before the money arrives, before the miracle happens, before the healing manifests, before true love walks through your door. The ancient rabbis of Kabbalah called it Ot HaShamayim, the sign of heaven, and for 3,000 years this knowledge was kept secret in the sacred texts of Jerusalem. Only the highest spiritual masters knew this mystery. But today, I'm going to reveal it to you, because if you don't recognize this sign when it appears, you'll miss the opportunity. You'll let the blessing pass you by, and it might be years before it returns. I've seen this hundreds of times. People who were one step away from the biggest transformation of their lives, but they didn't recognize the sign, and the opportunity vanished like smoke. But I've also seen the opposite. I've seen broken men thrive in a matter of weeks. I've seen desperate women find profound peace. I've seen shattered families completely restored, all because they recognized the sign when it appeared. And most importantly, this sign is appearing now, this very moment, for you. Let me ask you something profound. How many times in your life have you felt that something big was about to happen, but you didn't know what? How many times have you had that inexplicable feeling that the universe was trying to show you something, but you couldn't see it? This feeling is not a coincidence. It is a spiritual sign manifesting itself. If you want to continue receiving this ancient wisdom that can completely transform your life, subscribe to this channel now. This community is guided by divine forces. You are not here by chance. Over 2,000 years ago, in the Temple of Jerusalem, there was a secret chamber. Only the high priest could enter it once a year, on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. Within that chamber was kept the most powerful knowledge of humanity. And among those secrets was written, Kol haotot yavohu lifnei hagyolah. All signs will come before redemption. In the book of Psalms, King David wrote, The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. What does this mean? It means that the universe is constantly communicating with us. It's constantly sending us signals. It's constantly preparing the way for our next transformation. But we have become blind, deaf, disconnected. The ancient Kabbalistic masters taught that before any major change on the physical plane, a change first occurs on the spiritual plane. First comes the sign, then the manifestation. They called it Keter, the crown, the first and highest level of the Kabbalistic tree of life. It is the point where the infinite touches the finite, where the invisible prepares to become visible. Let me explain something that will completely change your understanding of reality. Everything that exists in the physical world first existed in the spiritual world. Your home, your money, your relationships, your health. It all began as an energy, a vibration, a divine thought. And before that energy manifests in your life, the universe always sends a warning signal, like a celestial messenger knocking on your door saying, Get ready, something is coming. This sign can manifest in many ways: a recurring dream, an unexpected encounter, a word heard repeatedly, a deep feeling in the chest, an inexplicable restlessness, a sudden peace amidst chaos. The Torah teaches us about Moses in the desert. Before God gave him the most important mission in history, to liberate the people of Israel, what happened? A burning bush. A sign. Moses could have ignored it. He could have thought, it's just a burning bush. But he stopped. He paid attention. He recognized the sign, and her whole life changed at that moment. Kabbalah teaches us that there are three main types of signs that precede important changes. Primero, Ot HaNeshama, the soul's sign. It's internal. It's that deep voice inside you that knows. It's not logic. It's not fear. It's pure knowing. You simply know that something is changing. You feel a pressure in your chest, as if your heart is expanding. You begin to dream of symbols, water, bridges, doors, light. These are signs that your soul is preparing for ascension. Second, Ot HaOlam. The world is sending a signal. This is external. Synchronicities. Impossible coincidences. You think of someone and that person calls you. You need money and an unexpected opportunity arises. You're lost and you find just the answer you needed. The universe is orchestrating events around you, setting the stage for your transformation. Third, Ot Hasman, the sign of the times. This is cosmic. Repeating numbers, 1111, 2222, 333. Significant dates, anniversaries of important events, full moon, eclipses. Celestial cycles align with the cycles of your life. Divine timing converges with human timing. When do these three signs start appearing together? That's when you know something big is about to happen. But here's the problem. Most people overlook these signs. And I'll tell you exactly why. First, excessive noise. We live in a world of constant distractions. Cell phones, television, social media, negative news 24/7. Our minds are so full of clutter that we can't hear the divine whisper. Second, unbelief. We've been taught to trust only what we see and touch. We've been trained to ignore our intuition, dismiss our visions, and ridicule our feelings. We call this being rational. But in reality, we're disconnecting from spiritual reality. Third, fear. Yes, fear. Because recognizing the sign means that change is coming, and change is scary, even when it's positive. So our ego creates 1,000 excuses to ignore what our spirit is showing us. The ancient rabbis taught, "He who has eyes to see will see. He who has ears to hear will hear." It's not that the signs aren't there, it's that we have closed our spiritual eyes. Now, let me show you how to recognize when the signal appears specifically for you. During the next few days, pay close attention to these things. First, sacred discomfort. You will feel unease. It's not anxiety. It's different. It's as if your soul no longer fits into the life you're living now. As if you've grown spiritually, but your external reality hasn't adapted. This unease is a sign that your soul is preparing to expand. Monday, impossible repetitions. You'll start noticing patterns. The same word appears in different places. The same number follows you. The same message comes from different sources. This isn't a coincidence. It's the universe shouting, "Pay attention." Third, divine encounters. The right people will appear at the right time. The conversations you need to have will arise by chance. Opportunities you weren't even looking for will come knocking. When this starts happening frequently, remember this, you are entering the flow of divine grace. Wednesday, prophetic dreams. Your dreams will become more vivid, more symbolic, and more memorable. You will awaken with clear messages, powerful visions, and knowledge you didn't have while sleeping. The Torah teaches us that dreams are 1/60th of a prophecy. God speaks to you literally while you sleep. And now we come to the most important point. The moment you recognize the sign is only the beginning. What you do with that recognition will determine whether the blessing manifests or not. Kabbalah teaches us about Ratzon, divine will, and Bechira, free will. God sends the sign, but you must choose to respond. Think about Abraham. God told him, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's house, and go to the land I will show you." This was the sign. But Abraham had to take the first step. He had to act in faith. He had to leave everything behind and walk into the unknown. And what happened? He became the father of nations. Billions of people today consider Abraham an ancestor, all because he recognized the sign and acted. The broken man. Let me tell you about David, a 47-year-old man who had lost everything. His business failed. His wife left him. He was living on his sister's couch with only 300 reais in the bank. One night, he had a dream. In the dream, he was walking through the desert and found an old wooden door standing alone in the middle of the sand. When he opened it, on the other side was a lush garden, full of fruit trees and running water. She woke up with tears in her eyes. 3 days later, walking down the street, he saw the number 613, the exact number of commandments in the Torah, in 3 different places in less than an hour. A license plate, a building number, a receipt. He felt something deep in his chest, as if someone were telling him, "Wake up, pay attention." That night, he opened a book on Kabbalah that he had received years before and had never read. The book opened to the page that spoke of Ot Hashamayim, the sign of heaven. David began to cry. He understood. The universe was communicating with him. She made a decision. She would sell her last valuable ring, an heirloom from her grandfather, and use the money to start a small online consulting business, something she had always wanted to do but never dared to. It was terrifying. It defies all logic. But he recognized the signal, and he acted. 6 months later, David had 20 paying clients. A year later, he had earned over 500,000 reais. 2 years later, he remarried, bought his own house, and was helping other people rebuild their lives. He told me, "Rabbi, if I hadn't paid attention to that sign, I'd still be on my sister's couch, waiting for a miracle that would never come." The miracle was trying to arrive, but it needed to open the door, the desperate woman. Now listen to Mariana's story. A single mother of 2 working 3 jobs and sleeping 4 hours a night. She was exhausted, spiritually empty, emotionally broken. One afternoon, after another unbearable day, she sat on the bathroom floor and prayed. For the first time in years, she truly prayed. These weren't rehearsed words, but a cry from her soul. "God, I can't take it anymore. If you're there, show me something. Give me a sign that my life will get better." That night, she dreamed of her deceased grandmother. In the dream, her grandmother held a golden key and said to her, "The answer is in your voice, my daughter. Use your voice." Mariana woke up confused. She didn't understand. What voice? But in the following days, strange things began to happen. 3 different people who didn't know each other commented on her voice. One said, "You have a beautiful voice." Another, "Have you ever thought about recording a podcast?" A customer said, "Your voice calms me." The signal was screaming, but Mariana was afraid. She thought, "Who's going to hear me? I'm nothing special." But the unease didn't go away. Every night, she felt that pressure in her chest, that sacred discomfort. Finally, he gave in. He bought a cheap microphone. He created a channel for guided meditations in Portuguese, without expectations, simply following the prompting. The first video had 19 views. The second, 34. The third was a resounding success. 15,000 views in a week. People commented, "Your voice saved me. I was panicking and your meditation brought me peace. You're an angel." Today, 3 years later, Mariana has a thriving business offering online meditations and courses. She quit her 3 jobs. She sleeps 8 hours every night. She travels with her children. She is at peace, all because he recognized the signal, and he trusted it. The broken family. And finally, let me tell you about the Silva family. Their father, Roberto, had cheated on his wife. The marriage was ruined. The 2 teenage children hadn't spoken to their father in months. Divorce was inevitable. One morning, the eldest son, Lucas, 16, awoke from a vivid dream. In the dream, he saw the whole family sitting around a table, laughing together under a golden light that illuminated them. He told his mother about the dream, and she burst into tears, because she had had the exact same dream that very night. They didn't know it, but their father had also had a similar dream. He saw them rebuilding a broken bridge, stone by stone. 3 people, 3 dreams, the same message. When they discovered it, they were astonished. It couldn't be a coincidence. The mother, a woman of deep faith, recognized the sign immediately. "God is speaking to us," she said. "He's telling us there is still hope." But recognizing the sign wasn't enough. They had to act, and taking action was the hardest part. Forgiving, rebuilding, trying again. They decided to go to family therapy. It was painful, long. There were times when it seemed impossible, but the signs kept appearing, small synchronicities, unexpected moments of grace, subtle healings. Today, 4 years later, they are together. Their marriage has been restored. The children are speaking to their father again. They are not perfect, but they are a family, because they trusted in the sign God sent. Roberto told me, "Rabbi, if it weren't for those dreams, that divine sign, I would have lost my family forever. God wasn't just offering me forgiveness, He was offering me a miracle, but I had to reach out and accept it. What if I can't recognize the signal?" You will. If you've made it this far in this video, you already recognize it. The fact that you're watching this now is no coincidence. You're being prepared. Your spiritual eyes are opening at this very moment. Kabbalah teaches us that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You didn't find this video. This video found you. The sign is already working in your life. What if I recognize the sign but I'm afraid to act? Fear is normal. Fear is human. Even Moses was afraid. He said to God, "Who am I to go to Pharaoh?" But God answered, "I will be with you." The sign never comes alone. When God shows you that change is coming, He also gives you the strength to face it. You are not alone. The same strength that shows you the way will accompany you. Act even if you're afraid. But act. What if I've already lost my signals in the past? So today is your day to start anew. God will not abandon you. The rabbis teach that divine mercy is renewed every morning. Every moment, you have a new opportunity. Yes, perhaps you've ignored the signs before. Perhaps you've let the blessings pass you by. But new signs will come. New doors will open. The universe is infinitely abundant. Your only responsibility now is to be attentive, to be present, to be ready. Now let me share an even deeper secret with you. Something known only to the most advanced Kabbalistic masters. There is a principle called ot ba'ot, a sign within a sign. This means that when you recognize a sign and act on it, new and deeper signs begin to appear. It's like climbing a spiritual mountain. Each level reveals a broader perspective. The first sign leads you to the first door. Upon passing through it, a second sign appears leading you to the second door, and so on. This is the path of the righteous. This is the path of continuous spiritual ascension. And here's the ultimate secret. You too can create signs for others. When you become aware of the language of the universe, you become a messenger. Your words become signs, your actions, portals, your presence a catalyst for the transformation of others. This is the highest level. When you not only recognize the signs, but you join them. Here is your sacred challenge for the next 30 days. Every morning, before doing anything else, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and ask yourself, what sign is the universe sending me today? So throughout the day, pay attention. Write down anything that seems unusual. Synchronicities, repetitions, encounters, sudden thoughts, dreams. Every night before going to sleep, review your list. Ask yourself, what are these signs telling me? Where are they pointing? What should I do? Do this for 30 days without fail, and you'll see how your life is completely transformed. Now, before you go, let me bless you with the ancient words of the priests of Israel. May the Eternal One illuminate your path and remove all spiritual blindness from your eyes. May you clearly see the signs He is sending you at this very moment. May your ears be open to hear the divine whisper amidst the noise of the world. May your heart be sensitive to the vibrations of heaven. May every door that needs to be opened, be opened. May every path that needs to be revealed, be revealed. May every blessing waiting to enter your life find you prepared and receptive. May the Creator's light shine upon you and your family. May abundance flow like a river to you. May healing reach every wounded area of your life. May divine love envelop you like a sacred cloak, and that you may become not only someone who recognizes signs, but someone who is a sign, a beacon of hope and transformation for all those around you. From my soul to your soul, so be it. Shalom.